Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace, and I will be playing some more Smite, doing a live commentary in an arena battle this time. And I'm thinking about using Hades for this particular match. Because, well, I already used Ares, because Ares in arena is of course all kinds of amazing. But I also wanted to try out Hades, because his ultimate, just like Ares and Odin's, can be game changing, which is what I thoroughly enjoy, if you like. Also, he has a silence, potential to fear if you combine it with his passive, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna be tanking for days with Hades. I'm just gonna lock in to be sure, and we do have some potential in our team fight. We have a Loki, they have a Loki as well, and a Hades. They also have a Thor and an Apollo, so they have a little bit more AoE, as we are able to hopefully get a strong X-Balance, or however you pronounce his name. Because once he gets carried, or he has the opportunity to carry, he carries hard. But then again, they do have an Apollo, so it's a matter of who gets the first few good items, to be honest. We both have very potent teams, to say the least. So I am going to build as a tank. Just gonna see what kind of damage they have. They pretty much have physical damage, which already proves me to be quite an easy choice what to get then, as we continue in this particular matchup, which hopefully will be a lot of defensive items against, well, physical opponents, including some health and hopefully also some lovely damage that I perhaps can use myself, because we do have a Ra, but we are also heavy in the physical. Now, I'm going to look for an opening. I don't really want to dive in just yet. I just want to get my passive on, and my passive of course is Blight, giving me my abilities additional effect if I do hit them with it. But we'll see how that turns out. There you go, doing a little bit of damage, as I do get hit by a stun and a root. A lot of damage on me. Not necessarily what I would enjoy. And I'm always a little bit confused about how to level Hades to a certain extent, as their Loki drops to our Loki, which is exactly what is wonderful. If our Loki gets the carry, you know how Loki can be, which is all kinds of drastic, powerful, oh, I just showed my face, now you're deadness. That is indeed all one thing. As I'm going to look for an opportunity to hopefully get a fear up. There you go. There's my ultimate. I'm going to see if I can use it as I walk into a bit of an awkward position there. As I do manage to get my ultimate off him too. That's a kill. Can I get the third kill? No, he uses his ultimate as well. Can we get the kill though? I'm trying to use auto attacks. There is the stun as he stops. He didn't stop moving on Axe. There is the double kill for me. And we are off to a very good start, as I accidentally pick up the silence instead of more AoE damage. Because it also heals me, which is all kinds of nice. Then we've got a nice chunk of money, as we have a triple kill, but we do lose one. Wait, actually I have 4 kills already. My bad. I do apologize, because I thought we were doing worse, even though we are doing better, against 1 kill on the enemy team. So we are not doing too bad. So I'm gonna quickly look at what kind of items I possibly want to get. I may want to get a Wall of Absolution. That seems like a wonderful item to get as well during this match. I will just get my my Aegis, because I feel like that's a wonderful item overall. I know it's not recommended for tanks sometimes. It's usually you get a well, actually you do get an Aegis, and then of course a buff item. But I don't know, you know, new meta, or just a person who doesn't know a lot and he's still learning things. You know, either way, we're both good. Do try to get a bit of a fear going, just to scare them off, as we then have an opportunity to perhaps join Adamers here. That do join in, try to get some slow, some AoE going, as my team has an opportunity to move in, but they are not really doing much of anything. My ultimate is almost ready. I can't get the fear off, as he was already out of range. I was a little bit too slow on that. And I thought we saw an opportunity, but my team didn't follow up, and I'm not gonna, you know, follow up with myself, as I'm not a caster. I'm building as a tank. Hades can be built as a very potent caster as well. Don't underestimate that. But then again, I'm not doing that, so that's not really much of the story that we talk. To find myself a little bit of a trap here. Luckily enough, I stand on it, and not my team. Just gonna go with a little bit more AoE damage. There we go. We have a Loki going in for our Loki. There's the silence. Gonna try to do as much damage as I can, as I accidentally do get the kill in an attempt to bring him down so Loki can get him. So I'm actually stealing kills, which is not a good idea. You want Loki to have all of the good things. As I do use my ultimate to buy Loki enough time, I'm gonna pop my Aegis immediately to buy even more time. Try to use my one to get out, pop my potion as well to give myself a little bit of health back as I try to run away. I don't see an ultimate from Apollo coming in, so I believe I might be well. Barely got out of there, as my team also took 2 deaths, which is not that great. And there's another death in the background. So we had a good start, but we are kind of throwing it, which means I have to step up my game and tank a little bit more for days. So I'm actually gonna get Mystical Mark, because of course I'm gonna be sucking people in, keeping them close, allowing me to use the Mystical Mark's potential, as we have probably a disconnect on their enemy Loki. So that should be good for an opportunity, as you must grasp these opportunities to the best of your ability. I'm just gonna try to apply some Blight, because then if I am lucky, then I can do a fear of some sorts. As Thor locks himself out, as we get another kill on Artemis, which I apparently assisted. There you go, I have what appears to be a silence ready. There's the fear on Hades. Do get another kill accidentally. I should really stop being very kill-like, as I'm just trying to get close, do auto attacks, apply my Blight, so on and so forth. As Sneezer finally picks up a kill, and it looks like he has just picked up his first kill. Hades has actually 4 kills, which is me. Loki has 3 kills, 2 deaths. So I might want to actually build a little bit more aggressive, perhaps. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to go back as I have a nice chunk of money again. As Axe gets another kill. So we are looking very good. Level 2 mark. And I do have, of course, all kinds of tank items. So I should be able to tank for days right now. And especially once I have my Mystical Mark with the additional health and additional physical protection, I might be looking at just a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph. To be like a magical bruiser, if you like. I'm not sure if what the actual word for is, like basically a hybrid between a tank and a damage dealer, as Hades can do that fairly potent, depending on his tank items. As we are looking for a stun, I am a tank. I'm not sure what his game plan is. I'm just gonna keep my Blight up, so the moment my team wants to follow up, I am able to silence him and do a lot of damage. There we go. Do I get a double? As I do now use my ultimate. Artemis is here as low, and there goes Artemis down of the enemy team. Luckily enough, our Artemis does manage to pick up the kill. I'm just gonna jump in to scare him off or slow him, as he is probably gonna get away, as their enemy Hades actually finally uses his beloved ultimate. Do pop in a silence, so he couldn't get away, but there's nobody really there to follow up, as I'm getting awkwardly low. So they might be looking for an opportunity to take me down. I'm just gonna use my one skill to go through the pillar if I was being chased, but it looks like we're good. I'm just gonna go back. I should also probably pick up some consumables while I'm here, as I've been forgetting that. That's very much a rookie mistake. But then again, I am a rookie after all. This is a series that I do to learn to play Smite until I hit level 30 and dive into ranked, perhaps. So I am looking good. I have no deaths just yet. So we're quite happy with that. At least I am quite happy with that. Which means I'm doing at least 2. I stolen a few kills already, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess it just happens. I was a little bit too aggressive. I should have just be a little bit more patient. As Hades drops. Not Hades, Apollo gets a kill, I mean. Gonna try to look for a silence. There's the fear. I do have an opportunity, as I was able to secure a kill for X once again, wonderfully. As he, of course, is going to be our physical carry. At least that is the plan. Not sure how you guys feel. As I do get the fear. I'm just gonna wait now, as I don't want to steal the kill again. And he's able to get the kill. I'm just gonna jump in on Thor here. Do a little bit more damage, slow him as well. I do want to, I'm convinced to use, well, potentially an ultimate, but I believe we should be just fine, as he does jump away. Not able to secure the kill. However, what I could potentially do is suck in Apollo, save Loki from inevitable doom, and possibly get a kill there on Apollo. No, he is able to, of course, dash away, as he does. As I'm able to perhaps jump in, do an AoE damage, and there you go. As I'm unfortunately now caught by Hades' ultimate. I'm going to use my Aegis to buy myself some time, as the tower is also hitting me. There's the X ultimate. As I'm now also going to look for a silence, as I am going to go out of harm's way and wait for my potions to give me a little bit of health back. I don't necessarily want to jump in. I probably should jump in though, as Apollo is taking some names. But this is also probably me having to get out right now. Going to use my beloved dash, my one skill, to get out as we are a little bit overwhelmed there. And I probably should have bought a lot of time, but I wouldn't be able to tank for days as they were all there. I can only do so much. So I'm looking at perhaps getting another item. Maybe I want to get Sovereignty, just to give my team a little bit of oomph and tanking. But also Wall of Absolution might be very nice. Giving me that magical power, that mana regen, of course also the physical protection. So I think I'm going to get it. I think that might very well be a good item. And of course I'm also going to grab myself a Girdle of Might. Just to get used to that as a tanker. Because of course in all the pro games, people that play together in high levels, they will of course grab that beloved Girdle of Might to buff their team effectively. Right. I'm going to see if I can find an opening here. I'm going to dash in. I'm going to try to use some damage. Do a fear as well. Unfortunately, I'm unable to use my ultimate, as I timed it a little bit off. That was a bit of a rookie mistake. I probably could have sucked him in, but Artemis might be in a bit of a treat right here. I'm going to try to use, of course, a little bit of auto attacks to keep the minions at bay, and hopefully figure out where the enemy team, at least our team, is. X is not here, and I want X to be here. Loki, however, is here, so I might find an opportunity as I dash in, use my ultimate to suck in everybody. Followed up with some nice AoE, and of course a Fear, as we do get a kill on Artemis, which is lovely. You know, force people back. We are a little bit too close to their spawn, so not necessarily the greatest thing for our team to begin with, as I'm just gonna tank a little bit of damage. I do have a health potion ticking, so we should be just fine. There's the Loki. Should potentially find an opportunity to make a kill happen, as he does jump on Artemis. Let's see if I can help him out with that, as I am getting stunned. I might not be able to take Artemis out unless I get the fear off. No, he's off to safety, as I do pop a health potion. Apollo is chasing me, Thor is chasing Ismail, as we're going to use this pillar to avoid them. Dashing through that pillar, meaning they have to go a little bit around, as Loki is coming behind. So we should be just fine. I'm just going to grab the last level of Wall of Absolution, just to finish that off. Grab a little bit more of a mana pot. Of course, another health potion, just so I can sustain myself a little bit better, which I forgot early in the game. Stupid mistake once again. My ultimate is not ready. Oh, Hades might be looking for ultimate though. He's being hyper aggressive, so I'm going to use... I missed my opportunities to silence, but he is going to down nonetheless, as I do find myself trying to engage on Artemis, but aiming my one wrong, as he does look, or she looks to go down, as he doesn't stop moving. A lot of damage. There's the fear, as I am almost grabbing that kill again away from my team. I'm just going to try and, oh, once again, aim it a little bit wrong, but there's my ultimate. As I probably want to save Loki, as I suck in Thor, just to save Loki. As Hades gets burned down. There's the ultimate from Thor though. Trying to figure out where Loki is, but I don't see him. He might be dead. Yes, he is probably dead. And I do land a silence to buy a little bit of time. Gonna see if I can actually do a little bit of damage on Apollo, perhaps force him back, as he does do a mesmerize. And Artemis is able to finish him off, thanks to her well-placed trap. Once again, I'm trying to get some fear going to stop him from moving forward and trying to get Artemis, but it looks like we're good. I have once again a nice chunk of money, and I'm falling low on, well, on my health and mana, a little bit too close for comfort, so I'm just going to grab and see what other items I possibly want to grab. So I feel like I can tank for days against most of their physical, so I might want to look for a little bit more of a health item, perhaps? Maybe get Gem of Isolation. Of course I'm going to get Gem of Isolation. Gem of Isolation with, of course, my ultimate. No escape. I should have picked up that more often. That's of course more health, which gives me a little more tankiness. Of course more damage, and of course also a wonderful opportunity to slow them even more, which may very well help out my team. So Ra being quite aggressive, to say the least. I'm just gonna pop a silence, as we have Loki here as well. I'm gonna just pop my ultimate to buy a lot of time, as Apollo is able to burst our beloved member down. Just gonna try to do as much damage as I can, as I actually get a little bit too low for comfort. Missed the opportunity on Artemis, as I was a little bit scared. I was a little bit scared. I'm not sure why I was. I'm supposed to be a tank. I haven't died yet. I can, you know, die and not feel the consequences too much. It's 3 full health. Jump in. They try to block me out, but I'm able to basically run away. Do try and pop a silence here on a few of them, as Ra is getting awkwardly low. X is jumping in as well. I might want to try and look for an opportunity to buff Loki, as he is buffed right now. Gonna see if he clears up the camps a little bit quicker and actually makes some work. As I don't try to buy some time on Thor here, as we might actually get killed here, as Loki is not helping out. Oh wow, that was almost a kill. He does a hell of a lot of damage, Apollo, I mean, not Loki, Apollo. Then again, there you go, he has a lot of tank items. At least not a lot of tank items, but a lot of aggressive DPS items, which explains why he is, of course, that powerful against me, especially when he procs his passive. So I need to, like, lock down Apollo to the best of my abilities. Otherwise, we might be looking at a very awkward turnaround on their behalf. Right, I am level 20, almost level 20 now. Just my ultimate to level up. So I just have to jump on Apollo, find that opportunity, and make something happen. I'm gonna go in, there's my ultimate, suck in Apollo successfully as he does dash out, unfortunately. Do try to do as much damage as I can. Hades goes down, their tank line gone. Loki gets Apollo, wonderfully done, as we are taking our lead even further. There's Thor trying to make something happen. He does, however, get the stun, but he's not going to be able to follow up on that. I'm just going to stand here, possibly get a fear. There you go, and the silence, of course, as I'm being sucked into the Hades ultimate. There you go, still does a lot of damage. Of course, I don't have much magical protection, as I tank a lot of auto attacks. We get the kill on Artemis, do land almost a silence, as Loki comes in from behind and tells Apollo to back off. Lovely, do try to buff Loki as much as I can with my Girdle of Might, see if you can make a play, as I'm falling low a little bit too much myself. I'm just gonna try and heal up here. And of course, try to get those minions down, as after all, it's all about the minions. Apollo gets the kill on Ra, as Loki now is going to say goodbye as well. I'm trying to get hopefully a fear on Apollo. There you go, buying some time from Loki. Not sure what I should do right now. I'm just gonna jump in, see what I can do. Perhaps I can fear Apollo off, but there you go. This is probably my doom. X, there's my first kill. I was trying to save my team. Loki once again did manage to get out, but I had to sacrifice my life for it. But again, 5-1-17, not that bad, I believe, overall for me. I would have preferred 0 deaths, of course, but I believe I was also the last person to lose his perfect not death streak. Is that a thing? If it isn't, it is sure now. So, Apollo, doing a lot of fast damage. I'm actually thinking about either getting Midgarian Mail to slow him down, or actually do Hide of Nemean Lion. And I think I'm gonna grab that, just to piss off Apollo a little bit. So we still are in the lead, but it can still turn around if we are getting a little bit too greedy. So I have a bit of magical damage. I of course have my AoE damage. I have a pretty large amount of tankiness against physical damage, which is of course wonderful. There you go. As I should also probably think about my last tanking item. There's the Hades ultimate. I'm gonna answer that with my own Hades ultimate. Hopefully get Apollo into the equation. Do end the silence. Do try to do as much damage as I can, as X gets the kill. Wonderful. Which is brilliantly. He should have just dashed out. Hades ultimate, best ultimate. Well, not really, but he's definitely one up there. He can really make or break a team fight, I suppose. Do end up getting a fear and a silence, but it looks like everybody's pretty much backing off. Apollo is back as well, so I don't want to mess myself into that mess, or mingle with myself, as Loki tries to get a little bit too high. Artemis is here as well. Do go and try to get a fear, but there you go. He dashes out because he knows he might be in for a bit of a treat. And Artemis, I can't tank against that, as Artemis melts, as he overextends way too much. That was stupid on our half. Even if I had an ultimate, I wouldn't be able to save her, because they were able to give chase till the end of days. I'm just going to try and silence Apollo, as I get silenced myself. I still do have an Aegis, as I do use my one to counter the engage of Apollo on me, as I have to go back. Make sure that I'm ready for the next upcoming team fight, as everybody apparently seems to be diving in. And this is where we might get a little bit scared of throws. So I'm going to see if I can put in some hyper aggression, or something along those lines. Do end to get a silence. Would have preferred a fear. Do try to get a lot of AoE damage, as Apollo almost gets killed. But nonetheless, with my high tankiness, they still rip me apart, unfortunately. So I might be looking at another physical damage item, because Hades really not doing all that much damage to me. It's all that physical damage. And even though I'm fully built against that, I feel that I'm still squishy. But welcome to the items, I suppose. There's the Hades ultimate. Only pulling me in. Do put down my A. Guess I'm gonna use my own ultimate right now, as I am going to die. But I'm just trying to keep as much people at bay as I can with that ultimate. Hades for a Hades. Not necessarily the greatest or worst thing, as Apollo dies and melts as well. So their strongest teammate is down. Hopefully giving us an opportunity to turn it around on them. And Apollo does die. Artemis dies. So it's a 2 for 3. As I died twice this match. They do have a bruiser as well. So that's something you should also look out for. As I try to initiate something on Artemis. Do I get a fear and a silence? Can I get the assist? Yes, I can. I believe I can. I'm just going to see if I can get a blight debuff on Thor. As he does jump out. But of course, his #1 skill, I believe it is. The hammer, which you can activate again to jump to it, almost like a blink. I do see an Apollo here, as I do try to get a fear on him. I do succeed at doing so, as he gets a fear on, of course, the ability of Loki, and he melts. I actually got the kill on Apollo, a double kill even. So I end this match in style for Hades. I am quite okay with this, and I believe you guys are well. An 8-2. For a Hades fight. This is not my first match with Hades, but one of my first matches with Hades, and of course in arena. So then again, you may say that ultimates like Hades, Odin, Ares may have an advantage, a huge advantage, and quite frankly, I would agree with that. So nonetheless, I managed to tank quite a bit. Actually got a little bit too many kills for my liking as far as I'm a tank. I got a hell of a lot of assists. Let's see who got the most assists in the game, by the way. Ra got the most assists, followed directly by me, and then we see the 18 on both sides. So I'm definitely there trying to get the kills. I'm always there in team fights, which is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be back. So I pretty much handled Hades alright. Of course, I got the giant benefit of fighting against almost a pure physical team. The fact that I was in an arena, giving my ultimate, of course, a giant advantage, so on and so forth. But nonetheless, I think it went alright, considering that basically the gist of it is I did alright. I didn't do great, I did alright. And I think I still have to learn many things, but we're getting there slowly but steady. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care.